Pat is a huge fan of anime.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I'm being facetious. He does not like it.
And dusty things.
Yeah, he loves dusty things.
He likes sand and dune. You love dune.
He does not
Spices.
He doesn't
like any kind of things that take place in desert-like
But it is
conditions.
dry.
Yeah,
He doesn't like dry, dusty things.
Westerns are his
Waterworld's your
favorite.
thing? You're into Waterworld?
Oh, he loves wire work. Really
I do
loves
love
wire work.
Yes. Well done. All right, everybody, welcome to Nerds of a Certain Vintage. As always, I am Patrick.
And I'm Andy.
And I'm Eric.
And we are, well, two of us are nerds. I don't know about Eric.
No,
Eric's a nerd.
He's
He's
solid
just not of
nerd.
a certain vintage.
Everybody's a certain vintage. Well,
I've come for the gum jabar.
There you go.
and we are here for our Whoopa for Tuesday, February 6th.
Welcome.
Yes.
So I've invited my nephew from another brother because he's got solid nerd cred. We'll find out. We're going to interview him, find out what his nerd cred is. But he's in town, so rare. Wanted to have him on the podcast. So welcome, Eric.
Yes,
Hello.
welcome.
Pleasure.
and Eric has podcasts of his own.
Yes, called You Didn't Ask for This, answering life's least pressing questions. Find it anywhere you can download podcasts.
There you go. How often do you guys podcast?
We release an episode every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Discussing such hard-hitting questions as the socioeconomic impact of Gaston eating 5 dozen eggs every single day, and the implications of our world with real Pokemon in it.
That's right. Oh, I'm gonna have to listen to that one. I remember. Do centaurs poop in the woods?
Yes. Do centaurs poop inside or outside? That was our very first episode.
That is
That's
excellent
definitely
question.
outside.
Yeah.
That's definitely outside.
Or else. Oh, yeah.
I got to take my jacket off.
Don't you could bow. Come on, let's go.
I don't like showing off my arms,
Those guns, these cannons.
Andrew.
That's why I'm in the foreground, man. Come on, you're doing good. You look great.
I know that.
Don't think I don't notice you flexing as you hold your old
That's
board.
right. Well, it's completely unconscious. You do another podcast, though, right?
Yes, which you can find this online. We haven't updated it in forever, but it's called Whose Role Is It Anyway? It is an improvised Dungeons and Dragons live play podcast where we play D&D in front of a live audience, and all of these spells, monsters, magic items, and NPC dialogue are written by the audience, and then we take them and we spin a somewhat cohesive narrative out of what they give us.
That's fantastic. Now, you guys do this. You say it's public, so do you do it at a theater? Where do you do it?
So we typically we got our start, and we still do perform at conventions. We debuted at MagFest, and we perform there every single year in front of an audience of like 200, 300 people.
Yeah.
And then throughout the year, we perform at a local venue in Baltimore called No Land Beyond. It's a game store / bar. Mm-hmm. Wonderful place. They give us a residence there. So once a month, we'll go and do a session, and we'll play in front of like a small audience, and we'll record that, and then we publish that recording to the internet.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yes.
Man.
That's fun.
And that's solid nerd cred right there. Should I be writing this? Dungeons and Dragons nerd cred?
No, he's already got a better nerd card than I do.
Well, that's because I refuse to update your nerd card, no matter what you do. You used to play Dungeons and Dragons back in the day.
No.
You did not?
No.
I did not either.
I didn't have friends.
Oh, that's right. You were too busy drinking in Greece and dating.
Yes.
Yeah. You poor son of a bitch. Oh, and we have a fourth silent member to the podcast.
Beep.
Yeah, this is Alyssa.
Hello.
That is my partner, Alyssa. She's
Hi.
here to observe.
And
Also, Whose Role Is It Anyway? You can find on Instagram at Whose Role Is It Anyway. You also
Also our
came out
social
for
media
this.
manager.
there you go. Feel free to pop in anytime.
Yes.
I wish we would have you on camera, but
Okay.
our camera's not big enough for
That's
this.
all right. You know, I'm over here. I'm back here.
One day we'll have a real camera.
I'm the peanut gallery.
Yeah, that's right. I'm saving up for
We
it
need it
now.
mounted in the corner.
That's right, like a security camera.
That would be
Yeah.
Just have a little one. Just boop.
Do us like Gonzo,
Yeah.
burglar sort of podcasting,
Yes.
YouTubing. I'm down for that.
We broke in and now we made a podcast.
That's right. Will people be able to see my
like
arms?
it. every call like,
That's right. There you go. All right. So
It's February.
I know.
So-
Oh yeah, this is the first time on a podcast that we have done since the end of last year that Pat has been able to drink.
Yeah.
He did Dry January,
Yeah.
and our last recording was Wednesday, which was the last day of January. And Pat is he's a completionist. he is not going to like fade out on the last day. He's like, nope, not to the end. So you drank 5
I drank
sodas.
a lot of sugars. That was a lot of
You
sugar.
drank a nice coconut milk drink.
That
And
coconut milk drink was good.
oh, the coconut milk drinks are so good.
The basil seed one was pretty
The
good
basil
too.
seed looks
It
gross.
freaks you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a drink with basil seeds floating in it, and it's weird. Apparently, they're so light they don't settle to the bottom. So it looks like seeds suspended in a gel, except that it's not. It's a
drink.
total liquid.
Yeah.
It's the most bizarre thing.
Yeah. So this is my
I
first
know.
bourbon.
You can't see Alyssa's face, but I share it.
Oh yeah.
It did not look good.
This is a well-earned bourbon.
Yes.
I actually enjoyed
A
dry
bourbon.
January. I enjoyed dry January.
We had a conversation about whether he was detoxing
But yes.
from the year prior or preparing for the year ahead. So, cleansing the palate.
I'm thinking
everywhere.
every J month should be a dry month for me.
No, I don't think so.
Dry July.
My
dry
birthday is
June.
in June. I'm not going dry in my birthday month, man.
I'm not asking you to go dry.
Oh, that's true. You should go dry all the time.
Hey, if I only drink aloe vera drinks,
Oh, the aloe vera drinks, man.
Oh, love
Yeah.
aloe vera drink.
How was the pooping, by the way?
it was so good. It was so so chunky.
It was so, the pooping was the
Lubricates
best of
the
all.
system.
That's right. That's what it's there for,
Yeah.
man. Nothing like a cactus smoothie.
I like to chew
It
my
wasn't
water.
so much smooth. It wasn't so smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Go back and
smooth.
watch the What Are We Drinking from 2 weeks ago, and you'll see him having his first experience with an aloe drink. Fantastic. But anyway, enough about us. Let's talk a little bit more about us.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to get to the bottom of Eric's nerd cred.
Yes.
All right. We'll start with Star Wars.
Yes.
Big Star Wars fan?
Big Star Wars fan.
Star Wars or Star Trek, which is a
So-
there's the nerd question to end all nerd questions.
Funny enough, grew up with Star Wars. Didn't start watching Star Trek until I started binging it in when I was 24, 25. I have now seen all of TNG, all of Deep Space Nine, all of Voyager.
Original series?
Original series I've seen mostly, but completely out of order because it was always on in the background when I was growing up. So I know all the major beats of the original series. Janeway is my captain for life. Yeah.
That takes you down in your nerd card. Man. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
Unabashedly.
Janeway is a pretty good.
She's not bad. I'm gonna go number 3 on Janeway. Yeah, it's clearly Kirk, then Picard, then there's some discussion to be had. But I think Janeway is a solid number 3.
What discussion are you talking about?
What is your opinion on this? Clearly, you have an opinion.
No, I would put Picard first and Janeway second.
Holy crap! This is why you have a feces card, man.
Oh, it's all right.
How do you not put Kirk? In all of these shows, they talk about Kirk as the legendary captain, and yet you're going to put
That's because
Picard?
he's a jackass. He's not a good captain. They're like, you know about Kirk because Kirk did things the wrong
my
way.
friend, you are digging your own grave right here on film.
Kirk is the "but you have heard of me" captain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Captain Jack.
All right. Well, I mean, people are welcome to have their opinions, but anybody that says Kirk is not the number 1 captain of Star Trek, I can't believe it. No. But no, I would go Janeway third myself. He's not in the conversation anymore. He went he went way rogue right there. The big question is how do you feel about Deep Space Nine?
Odo is my favorite character. One of my favorite characters in fiction.
I don't disagree with that.
Him and Quark's relationship is friggin' amazing. I love Deep Space Nine.
Well, before you get too far into that, Pat.
I despised it. I hated it from beginning to end.
So
You don't like being stuck on the same space station every single episode forever.
Pat is a completionist, and he took on the challenge of watching all of Star Trek. So
In
he
order.
Yes. So he has watched everything except the animated series, right?
And whatever that the
the animated one.
the animated
Below Decks.
No.
No.
Below Decks is fantastic.
That's what I hear.
Below
I haven't
Decks.
gotten to Below Decks yet.
Lower Decks
Below-
is great.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Lower Decks.
is,
Yeah.
Below Decks is a yacht reality show.
But
It sounds
no,
good.
it's the other kids one where Janeway's the virtual-
AI captain. Yeah,
I can't remember
He's
what
the,
it's
the
called.
training captain.
Yeah, I've not watched that.
It will come to
and-
us. It will come to us.
But I'll watch all of it.
Oh, Javier Star Trek. That was what it
yes,
was. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So just so you know, in our podcast, if we can't remember what something is called, It's Javier.
Javier.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So when we talk about people's names and stuff,
Which happens quite often because we're drinking and we're old.
and we're old. That's right.
So,
Okay, but you have watched significant amount of Star Trek.
Oh, yes.
You're completely off on the best shows and the captain, but that's okay. That's that.
fine.
We're going to give you some.
It's the beauty of this country.
Exactly. You're free to be wrong. I'm a big proponent of that. So that's Star Trek, Star Wars.
Star Wars, have seen all the movies, big fan of one of. It's funny, my most favorite bits of Star Wars are the ones that have nothing to do with the Jedi in general.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I feel like Star Wars gets cooler the further you get away from the Jedi. That is my kind of hot take.
I agree with you. I feel like one of the nice things about Star Wars that was fun is it's the same thing with Lord of the Rings and these various things. There's a lot of this background story that they didn't necessarily need to delve into. Like the Clone Wars was one of those things that they talked about, and you were like, "Well, what is that?
Yeah.
That's cool." And then they delved into it, and you were
And
like,
you're like, "Oh,
that's not as good as I thought it was going to be."
Yeah.
And like the Jedi and the whole mystery of the Jedi, that was cool. And then suddenly it's midi-chlorians and stupid stuff. Yeah. So, favorite Star Wars character?
Favorite Star Wars
We've got
character.
your favorite Star Trek character. It's Odo.
Yes.
Mine is, of course,
Spock. Of
Spock.
course.
Yours is, of course, Cisco.
Janeway.
Oh,
Janeway.
it's Cisco. Definitely Cisco.
Absolutely, it's Cisco.
Oh, Cisco rules.
No.
Yeah. Don't ask him about Cisco. He was like watching Deep Space Nine. He's like, when does Cisco get cool?
Oddly enough, Deep Space Nine did have my favorite episode of Star Trek
that's
ever.
right.
Which
That's
one
right.
was it? The time travel one where they go back to the original series.
Where they go with the trouble with tribbles.
That's
where
right.
they-
That's right.
That was the greatest episode of Star Trek I've ever seen.
I watched
It is
that
a
too.
master class on how you do fan service.
Absolutely.
100%.
But so who is my favorite Star Trek?
Yeah. I don't want to step on that. Who's your
Let's
favorite
see.
Star Trek character?
Give me a minute.
It's Kirk, right? It's Scotty.
No.
It's
Chris Pine.
It's Simon Pegg.
Chris
It's
Pine.
Simon Pegg Scotty.
It's Simon Pegg Scotty is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, he's pretty right.
Yeah.
Like the way he yells.
She chef kissed it.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
the way he yells at that little alien. I mean,
yeah.
it's moderately abusive, but I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down for that, really.
Well, that's a Star Trek.
Yeah. You can see the love in the abuse. Yeah. It's loving abuse.
Tough
question.
Yeah, it's tough. I'd have to look.
Do.
It's not Chakotay. I know that.
Oh,
It's
Chakotay.
I do love a little Chakotay.
Yeah.
Every episode we have to flip a coin and see if Chakotay gets to
It's
go on a
Archer.
fishing
It's
quest.
Archer, isn't it?
It's Archer.
I knew it was
There
Archer.
was so much sexy time in that season. Oh
They
my
were doing-
god, they did so much.
They were doing triple backflips to get
Ooh,
viewership, man.
man.
That's like, we need to take our clothes off.
They
more.
didn't even have sonic showers. They had to like scrape themselves off, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Let's get in on that."
Like Roman style with oil
yeah.
and styluses, yeah.
Let's really show all of it.
I love that. I still don't know what
I
you're...
like Quark. I do like Quark. I think he's pretty funny.
Yeah. You have mentioned your love of the
Yes.
Ferengi's, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Ferengi are. Yeah. They want, and they're originally they were supposed to be the big bad of TNG. Like they were, but they were just comical. Like they couldn't make them scary. So the Javiers, the evil Vulcans.
Nice. I love the way you've joined in.
I forgot an entire species name.
I figured it out.
Cardassians?
Cardassians are my favorite
Yeah, yeah.
villainous.
I do not watch their show on E or whatever it's on, USA. I don't watch that. Because they're villains. They're villains. They're like the Cardassians.
I figured out.
I was
Forgot it.
hold back.
There we go.
I was hold
It had to do a lap around my head. I was like, yes,
got it.
Right?
yes.
I figured out who my favorite is.
It's Riker.
Riker.
Nope.
No.
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 Nope.
Who is it?
Boimler.
Boimler!
It's
You know
Boimler.
what?
Of
You
course,
know what?
it's Boimler.
I can't even give you shit. Boimler is a
Which
fantastic...
one was Boimler?
Lower Decks, you
Boimler's
haven't
in
seen
Lower
it
Oh, I
yet.
haven't seen Lower Decks.
You
Okay.
need to watch Lower Decks.
But Lower Decks is probably the best Star Trek that's happening right now.
Yes.
That's generally what I hear. I'm saving it for when I have to like quarantine or something. When I need to be locked.
Don't save it. Like, just do it.
Before we do, I did think of my favorite Star Wars character.
Okay.
This is like very, very specific, but Plo Koon of the Jedi Masters. He's the one with the organs on his face that you never get like any sort of background on. He just sits there looking like an eldritch horror the entire time. He trained Ahsoka in the extended universe. Like you find that like the more you learn about his backstory, he's just like a paragon of virtue and really cool, and he looks horrifying.
You know what? and I feel
How do you
bad.
spell poo?
Oh, okay. There
Oh,
you go.
right, I see.
That guy.
Yeah. I definitely misspelled it because Google came up with PooCoin.
Okay.
And now Pat's on a bunch of lists.
Yeah, that's a subscription
I'll
service.
never be able to go to Europe again.
You're going to be invited to so many parties that you don't want to go to. Yes.
Don't kink
Oh, wait a
shame me.
second. You're
Shit's
Patrick.
totally up for that.
Hey, we're having a PooCoin party. If you want to show up.
Say it slowly.
Say it more slowly, man. I really want to enjoy that. You know,
What's our name for that?
Grogu.
Grogu. No,
That is
it's
not
Baby
Yodito.
Javier.
it's Yodito.
Yodito.
We call him Yodito.
Yodito.
He's baby Yoda, so he's always Yodito.
Yodito.
Grogu is like the worst name in science fiction. Grogu. Yeah. So your goo
Grogu.
grows. Is that what you're saying?
Grogu.
You're gross. You
Grogu.
son of a bitch.
You guys are weird.